Yo, can you see this? Can you read it? Toyzmetaverse. You know what that means? I got a new figure, and I know the year just started, but I think this one might be a contender for figure of the year. Kinda looks like me. Right away, taking him out of the box, like he looks awesome. He feels awesome. These soft goods like seem really well made. This one we're gonna see comes with two different head sculpts. This one is with the plastic beard, so it might look a little bit different, but it has like extra. It does have some strands of hair, which is kind of cool. I can see it working for some photos. But let's look at what's in the box. What does this wizard come with? Like I said, it does have two head sculpts. This other one in this case is going to be the one with rooted hair. And like that, it looks awesome in here. And I'm excited to take photos with that one. There were two different versions. Like one was a deluxe, which is the one I got. And so it did come with an additional staff. So there's two different staffs. One is the one where he has it in the Fellowship of the Ring. We'll see it has like a little spot for his pipe. And the other, I think it's from The Hobbit. We have a wizard's hat, which does have a little magnetic piece on it. There's a shoulder bag, which is also made of cloth, another soft goods item. And his sword is not soft goods, and it's not even plastic. It is like some kind of metal, like some kind of alloy. And the last pieces are going to be the hands. It comes with a total of 3 pairs of hands. Checking out the articulation, he does, like this base body, does feel a lot better than some of those Star Wars figures that I reviewed. Like it doesn't feel as like small and cheap. Not sure exactly if it is or not, but it feels pretty good. He can do a solid T-pose. One big question would be the soft goods getting in the way, but even though he has multiple layers, they're all thin. They're all really thin, and so it's pretty good at not getting in the way. And so I was still able to get some good poses with him. Once again, like one issue is the ankle joints. He does have one, like you can take off the boot and you can see it, but like for some reason the boot doesn't have it. So I could see that being a potential modification. I'm not sure. I still haven't done it with the other figures that I have. I have a list of things to do, and that's one of them. So I do want to try that. It might be a little bit too tall, but I mean, I think Gandalf's supposed to be tall, so I think it works. I'm okay. His legs might be a little bit longer. His knee joints is extremely good. It's got the double jointed knees that can go all the way back, which like I can't imagine Gandalf doing that at all, but he can. And so that's good to have. He does not have a thigh swivel. The joint for the hip is still really good to get some good motion. His arms, his elbows are also double jointed, so he can get a full bend in. And this is where the soft goods might get in the way the most, but it's not bad. He can still reach, he can still touch his face. The ab crunch is solid, like both forward and backwards. He does have a good turn even with all the cloaks on. The head sculpt with this plastic beard, it does prevent him from really like looking down and even up because the hair in the back. But once we switch to the other head, it's going to have a lot more range of motion there. Taking a closer look at the different head sculpts. Like I mentioned before, like just my first look at the rooted hair one, it looks good. And the plastic one, like the face for both of them is good. Like they did a good job with the paint. But this hair, I think this is my first figure with hair. I've seen some people do it on Instagram that like do the rooted hair, which is crazy. Like I have no idea how it works, and I'm not sure I would want to get into that. But like, dang, for this figure, like it takes it up like to a whole nother level. I think this might be, with this hair, like the best head sculpt I have. Swapping them on and off is pretty easy. It doesn't pop off when I don't want it to, but it has a good fit on both of them. And I can't imagine like not wanting to use this rooted hair one. I think it's better in every way, other than like his hair can get a little crazy. I saw a few people on Instagram not cut it, but like I guess groom it. Also the beard. I think one guy even trimmed the beard a bit and maybe put, I don't know, some kind of gel in it or something just to control how crazy this hair can get. I guess we'll just see with the more I pose them and take pictures of them. But right now, like I like it, and I can't see myself not using this one for photos. Trying out the different accessories. Like I mentioned, his hat has a magnet in it, and so it just pops right onto the head. The hat is not soft goods. It is a plastic version. It looks good. I feel like it would have been cool, just a cloth one that can kind of be more posable for different kinds of shots. I don't know, kind of rambling about it, but I get a good wizard hat. For the shoulder bag, there's nothing too special about it. It just like it's all cloth, soft goods, so it just goes over his shoulder easily, over his head. I do really like the designs of the staffs. I feel like they look straight from the movie. Like, I know it's not tiny, but like it's just crazy, like the detail that we're getting on this size of figure. And this is the deluxe version, so it comes with the 2 different staffs. And this one is going to be the one that is like he starts out with in Fellowship of the Ring. And what is cool is that it has a little spot for his pipe, which only comes out in the deluxe version. I can't recall exactly what this pouch is. I know it's not a bag of gold coins like Indiana Jones. One of my favorite accessories is the sword because it is metal. Like it has some weight to it. It's not plastic. Like it's shiny. Like I know one of the pictures I need to get him like showing off the sword. Also the scabbard that it comes with, like the detail is awesome. And I'm excited it fits in the scabbard very easily. Like this combo looks epic for sure. The sword and staff. Like Gandalf's just such a great character. Like he's one of my favorites for sure. First photo of Gandalf, I wanted to go outside and use some sunlight. I feel like it was a little later than I wanted. The sun, like it wasn't like an epic sunset. It was kind of just there. I had my kids in the backyard with me. They were playing. I don't usually shoot up here, but I have shot a few shots before. because I have like the house in the background. That's why I'll use this blackboard, which I use a lot for my front yard shots to cover the neighborhood. And then to bounce that sunlight or whatever light is left, I have a whiteboard that, you know, is going to reflect that onto the front of Gandalf. So this is all the light that I'm using. It's all natural. I'm just bouncing the light onto the front of him. And the last ingredient is just a fog machine to the background to kind of give it some texture instead of just the black. So this is the shot that I got. Like the lighting and the quality, I was blown away by it. I really love how it came out. For the second shot, we're back inside, but I wanted to make some outside stuff. And like I've been trying to do trees for the longest time. Like I want to make my own forest kind of thing for a diorama, but I never have. And Gandalf inspired me to want to make a forest and want to make a tree. So I started, I had done one that I thought would be bigger, but it wasn't like the right size. I'm using this technique for gluing, like using a hot glue gun on some tubes that I had. I wanted this one to be epic. My wife and I just finished watching Princess Mononoke from Studio Ghibli, and like the epic forest there with the gigantic trees. I just wanted something grand and, you know, maybe a little surreal, but like I'm really happy with how it came out. Once I get a little bit better, I might do a tutorial over how I made the trees, but I just had one light, backlighting for this shot. And then I had a second light. I did bounce some of the light, but I had a second light kind of getting a little bit more of his face. For the final shot, I did want to go with the "You shall not pass" scene. And so for that, I needed the bridge. And so I used this scrap piece of foam that I had. And I spray painted it first, not sure why, but then I filled it in with some like wall filler stuff and then painted that, dry brushed a few things and got it pretty good. It didn't come out as much as I wanted to in the shot, but it's okay. It still played its part. For the lighting, I did want to give some fire and like lava spark look. I wanted to make it a bit dramatic. So I did use 3 different lights, 2 lights pointing directly at Gandalf from like the bottom and behind, and then I had my NAND light tube all the way down, kind of showing, you can't really see it too much in the final shot, but also shining some light onto this other diorama piece that I just kind of use as a background. And then I would say don't use too much fog, but for this one I wanted to really show, you know, some drama and emotion. I even kind of combed with a little toothpick his hair, Gandalf's hair, to kind of give some motion. I folded his robe a little bit. I did combine 3 different shots that I took with the fog to kind of cover like the left, the right, and then the foreground. Let me know what you think of the figure. Like I said, he's definitely one of my favorites, and kicking off the year strong. Create and inspire.